Begin. Let's start standing. Feet hip distance apart. Soft knees. Stand here a moment. Let's close our eyes and just check in with our bodies. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Finding your center. Feeling your body sway forward and back, sideways. Inhale again through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Gently lower your right ear down to your right shoulder. Feeling a stretch in the side of the neck. Relaxing the jaw. Try closing the mouth and seeing how that might intensify the stretch. Play with opening and closing your mouth. Feeling the pull of the left arm hanging heavy. If you're not feeling a very good stretch here, you can also take the wrist of your left hand and gently pull it down so that you're elongating the side of the neck and increasing the stretch. Continuing to breathe. And on your next exhale, release the arms if you were holding the arm and slowly lift the head back on top of the spine. Turn the head to the right. Turn the head to the left. And face center. Lower the right ear, left ear, down to the left shoulder. Feeling a stretch on the side of the neck. Play with opening your mouth, closing your mouth, seeing how that might feel different. Breathing. Again, if you want to intensify that stretch, think of reaching that right arm down to the ground. And if you need a little bit more, you can reach behind your back, gently grab that wrist and give it a little pull. Continuing to breathe from the side of that neck. Think of the shoulder blades melting down the back. And exhale, releasing the arms if you grabbed your arms. And gently lift the head back on top of the spine. Turn your head to the left. Turn your head to the right. Find center. Lower the chin into the chest. Gently rock your head from side to side. Now we're stretching the back part of the neck. Finding center, lift the head on top of the spine. Feeling like you are one of those horses on the merry-go-round, and you have that pull going straight through the crown of your head all the way through your body, pulling you up nice and tall. Give your shoulders a little shimmy. Bounce your knees gently. And find stillness. Straighten through the feet and the legs. Feeling your chest lifted. Gently lift your eyes up towards the ceiling. Now I don't want you to crunch your neck like this. I want you to think of lifting up and over. So if you had one of those big yoga balls behind you, you're going up and over. So we're not crunching our vertebrae. We're lifting up and over. Breathing. Shoulders down. Feeling a stretch in the front of the chest. And exhale, come to center. Let's try that again. Up, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, up and over the fall. And come back to center. Roll these shoulders backwards one at a time. And now we're going to do some roll down. So we're going to tuck the chin into the chest. Slight bend in the knees. Rolling through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. As low as you can go. We're not focusing on a hamstring stretch. We're focusing on just opening up the spine. Hang here like a rag doll. Try to get your belly and your chest across the tops of your thighs. And breathe. My knees are bent here, so I'm not feeling a stretch. My legs are hip distance apart, right underneath my hips. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Shimmy your shoulders. Bend the knees like you're taking a seat. Roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Last thing to arrive is your head on top of your spine. Roll those shoulders back. Let's do that again. Chin into the chest. Rolling down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Slight bend in the knees. Breathing into that upper back, expanding the ribs all the way around, front, side, back. Exhale, let the arms just hang heavy. Little bounces in the knees. Again, I'm not straightening, I'm just staying nice and bent and relaxed. And find stillness. Take a deeper bend as you tuck the tail and roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to arrive is that head, shoulders up and back. Let's go ahead and do that again. Chin down to the chest, rolling down. Maybe you can play with straightening your legs a little bit more. Hanging heavy here. You might be here. You can grab your elbows if that feels good. You might be all the way down wherever you are. Just hang out here. If it's too intense in the back of your legs, take a bend. Continuing to breathe. Finding stillness, we're going to play with moving our left shoulder up and down and our right shoulder. So we're twisting through the body, twisting through that back, that spine, the ribs, moving nice and slow, gentle movements here. If you find a spot that feels good, hold it. And find center. See if you can hang a little bit lower. See if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. Breathe. Bend the knees deep like you're taking a seat and roll up to the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back, then bring the head right on top of the spine. Let's move to the ground. We're gonna go on all fours. We're gonna do some cat-cow. So my hands are spread nice and wide. They're right underneath my shoulders. So I'm not out here and I'm not back here. I'm right under my shoulders. My knees are stacked under my hips. So they're not here, they're not here. Right under my hips. My back is nice and flat. One long line from the crown of my head out through my tailbone. I feel very supported. My lower abs are holding me, supporting my back. I'm going to inhale and lift through the spine. Allowing my head to drop as if a mountain was growing underneath me, pushing me away. Exhale, lower the chest through the arms, arch the upper back. Exhale, curving through the spine, making sure to breathe. And exhale, lift. Couple more on your own. If this feels good, keep doing it. If it feels good to make circles or little zigzags, feel free to do whatever feels good for your spine right now. And find center. We're going to sit down on our butt. You can sit however you want. You can sit legs crossed. If it feels good, you can sit like this. But if you have knee problems, I would suggest not doing that. Whatever feels good. If sitting bothers you, you can grab a block, a pillow, a blanket, and put it underneath your butt so that it lifts you up a little bit more and allows your legs to open. Whatever feels comfortable for you. So we're going to be seated, sitting up nice and tall through our spine. So we want to feel those bones underneath our butt cheeks, the butt bones, the sit bones. We want to feel them rooted into the ground. So really pressing them into the ground. If you have to move that muscle away just so you can feel that, do it. Grab it, move it, feel nice and rooted. Then focus on the legs, allowing them to relax as much as possible. If your legs are up here, totally fine. Grab a block, grab a pillow, grab anything, books around you, so you can support your knees however they need to be supported, so you don't feel like you're exercising. We want to be stretching and relaxing, not exercising. Again, that being said, if you're like this and you're feeling intense stretch in your back, get something, put it under your butt. It's going to help allow things to open up. So once you find that position, sitting up nice and tall, sit bones rooted into the ground, long spine. Again, imagine that pole right through your body here. We're going to hands rest gently on our knees, shoulders up to the ears. Bring them back against the back wall and then slide them down your back. Now notice your chest. Is it sticking far out? Let's bring that in. So let's try that again. Shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulders down. So it's easy to feel like your chest is really popped out and then you're arching here. So we want to exhale and bring that in. If you are familiar with corsets, imagine a corset or a high-waisted pair of pants. And then I know you probably don't wear any of those things, so just think of exhaling a little bit and flattening that back. One more time, shoulders up to the ears. Bring them back, down. Feeling nice and tall. My lower abdomen is working. It's supporting my low back, keeping it flat instead of arched. We're going to lower our chin into the chest. Drop the ear over to the right. And drop the chin into the chest. Drop the ear over to the left. Let's do a few more easy rocks side to side. Continuing to breathe. And your chin finds center. Lift your head back on top of your spine. Look to the left. Look to the right. Look to the left. Look to the right. Let's bring our right arm up and over. We're going to high five our back as much as you can. And then we're going to take the other hand and just bring that elbow up and feel like we're getting a nice stretch in our tricep. You might even feel all the way down the side. And you want to think of pressing your head into your arm. So, you don't want to be like this. You want to think of pressing up and back. Hand behind your back, grab the elbow. Feel a nice stretch all through here. Breathe. Good, and release that arm. Let's switch. Let's bring our left arm to our back, reaching the opposite arm up and over, grabbing that elbow, pressing that head into the arm gently, just enough so we feel a stretch in our tricep. Again, we don't want our body curved. We want it sitting up nice and tall. Breathe into that arm. And release the arm down. Let's walk our hands forward as much as you can. You might be up here. That's totally okay. We just want to feel a stretch a little in our legs, throughout our spine and our neck. Maybe turn your head right and left a little. And walking the hands up. Let's walk our hands to the right. Lift the left arm up and over, bending through the elbow. Feeling that side stretch, our goal here is to keep that sit bone rooted into the ground, so I don't want to rock up like this. So really just bending into this arm and getting a side body stretch here. We can look up towards the arm. That feels okay on the neck. If it's irritating the neck, look down towards the hand on the floor. Inhale lifts you up. And exhale, we're going over to the other side. Same thing, bending into the supporting arm, really elongating, stretching through this right side body. My right sit bone rooted into the ground, so I'm not rocking up. Breathe. You can look up. If that hurts the neck, look down. And inhale brings you up. Hands come to your knees. Let's arch the chest through. Feeling like I have a string attached to your breastbone and I'm pulling it. Pull it through. Exhale, curve, like I just threw a ball at you and you caught it right in the belly. Inhale, arch through. Exhale, curve. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And let's drop that right ear over to the right shoulder. Let's gently take our right hand, place some weight on our head. So we're not yanking it down, we're just adding a little extra weight and a little extra stretch. Keeping the shoulder down. If you start to feel it rise, you might want to reach the arm back. Exhale, release. Gently bring your head back on top of your spine. Dropping that left ear down to the left shoulder. Taking the left hand gently on the head. Applying no pressure except just your own body weight. If you feel this shoulder rising, walk this hand back. Breathing into any of those tight areas, that tension. And release the arms, gently lift the head up. I'm going to face sideways so you can see me. We're going to walk our arms back. Fingertips can point towards the back. I really want you to open up that chest. If you have really tight shoulders, this might be a little bit more difficult, but the idea here is we're opening up that chest. Feel maybe a nice stretch in your forearms. Shoulder blades are squeezed together, almost like you're holding a pencil behind your shoulder blades. So really pressing that chest out. Again, I'm not crunching my neck back. I'm keeping it in line with my spine as much as possible. Good, and find your way back to sitting nice and tall. Let's bring our fingertips facing our butt and do the same thing. This one might be a little bit more intense on the shoulders. You can take a bend in the elbows. But again, we're pressing through the chest. Notice my neck is not collapsed. It's on my spine. I'm shaking just a little bit here. This is tough for me. Breathing. Good, and make your way back to center. And crossing that right arm over your body, pulling it in with the opposite hand so you're getting a stretch on the outer side of your shoulder. Let's switch. Left arm crosses, right arm crosses over top. Again, we don't want our shoulder up, we want to pull that shoulder down. Now if we can, we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. Press the fist away from your tailbone. So again, we're opening up here. If you have tight shoulders, this is going to be really tough. If you cannot clasp your hands, you can grab a towel or a belt, whatever you can to hold on to get your arms back. The idea is to not have your hands here. We want to reach them up and away. Ideally, you want your palms to touch, but I have really tight shoulders, so this doesn't work for me. Pressing through. Breathing, and lean your body forward over your legs, lifting those arms up away from your butt, allowing the head to go, breathing into those shoulders, rolling up through the spine, release those arms, give those shoulders a little shake. Make little circles with your shoulders. Let's reverse. Good. Let's bring our right leg out in front of us, left leg in as much as you can, toes up to the ceiling. Again, sitting nice and tall on top of your sit bones. Walk your hands down that right leg. Go only as far as you can go. Breathing into that back leg. And walking the body up. Let's go ahead and point that toe to the front, lift it up to the ceiling. Point it to the front, lift it up to the ceiling. And switch feet. Bring that leg in, only go as far as you can go. Sitting up nice and tall in your sit bones, my back is nice and straight. I'm walking my hands only as low as I can go. Breathing. walking your hands up. Let's go ahead and point that toe to the front. Lift it up to the ceiling. Point it to the front. Lift it up to the ceiling. Let's bring both legs out in front of us. Give those legs a little shake. Again, adjust yourself, sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones. If your knees are bent, that's okay. Everyone's hamstring flexibility is different. I also have tight hamstrings, so I know the feeling. Sitting up nice and tall. So for me, this position is very uncomfortable. I feel a lot of strain on my back. Everything is connected. Everything is tight. It sucks. So I'm shaking my legs out, trying to loosen them up so I'm not holding. Adjusting my spine, sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna walk my hands out only as far as I can go. Some of you may be all the way down, some of you might be like me, some of you might be all the way up. It's fine. It's all about just feeling a stretch. We're not trying to be the most flexible person in the world. We're just trying to increase mobility or keep mobility. Again, my spine is straight. I'm using my hands. I'm pulling my body gently in. Nothing crazy. This doesn't hurt me. It's a little uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. Toes are up to the ceiling. Now I'm going to exhale and lower my body over my knees. So now my spine is rounded. I'm relaxing my feet. I can go a little bit further when everything's kind of relaxed. And if you're feeling tension in your neck and upper back like I am, you can go ahead and move your head side to side. Get your shoulders involved. Start to twist through the spine. If a spot feels really good, hold it and breathe into it for about 10 seconds. You can play with your range of motion in your neck. Find the spot that feels really good and whole. Keep going, find another spot. Play with how moving your head around might affect the stretch a little bit. Inhale, find center, walk those hands up the legs. I am tingly. Much more stretching for me. Let's put the soles of our feet together into a butterfly stretch. Again, if you're here, that's fine. If you're all the way open, also fine. Go where you can go. Sitting up nice and tall on the sit bones. We're gonna lean our body forward as much as we can, opening up the inner thighs, opening up the glutes in the back. My spine is straight. Collapse over, relax the body, breathe into it. Rolling up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, sitting up nice and tall. Last thing to arrive is your head. 15 minutes, neck, upper body stretch, but we also stretch legs because everything is connected. Bonus move, if you really want to continue opening up that upper body and neck, I really recommend doing a heart opener. You can use a block, you can use a pillow, you can use a bolster, you can use a blanket rolled up. I have videos on this. But the idea is we want to open up our chest, the front of the chest, and relax these back muscles because we're like this all day long. So I'm taking my block, I'm putting it right underneath my shoulder blades. For the ladies, it's like your bra line. For everybody, it's the bottom of your shoulder blade. You want to feel like if you slide your shoulder blades down your back, it touches the block. I lay that down. I like my feet flat on the floor. And I gently open up, arms out to the side, and relax here. If this is too intense for you, I highly suggest using a blanket rolled up like a bolster. You can also use a foam roller so it gets your whole spine. The yoga blocks are just more intense, and that's what I had next to me. So enjoy. When you come off these things, come off slowly. Take a fetal position, breathing into your low back before you start to move around. Awesome. Thank you.